Hello guys, today we are going to be doing or following Doja Cat or whatever makeup tutorial. You know, just another makeup tutorial because I can't record games, so don't like I can't do that. So but anyway, we are gonna be skipping some of the skincare because the only thing I have is like serum right now, or like face serum or whatever, face oil or whatever. That's the only thing I got. So that's like the only thing I have, and that's the only thing we gonna use. Or we could do that thing that she does, slap your face, and then
eyelashes. I don't go over my brows, so I put concealer. I use Fenty.
Let me put on.
So then I take it and I just make a little bow under my eye, and then I do a little soul patch, like a villain, like a Disney villain, and then I blend that out. The next step, this Laura Mercier powder is my daddy, so I go in with my sponge. So then I put that right on my cheeks, just in the center, because I don't like when this is shiny. Everything else can be shiny. And I make sure that all of this is blended under here, because I do have fine lines. This fluffy eyeshadow brush, like a blending brush, and then I press it in here. And this makes it so that none of that fine line shit happens. And then I take this and I brush it, I flick it out like this. I try not to swipe it onto my face or push it down. We want like a very thin layer, but just enough to hold everything. I take this foundation brush, and it's kind of flat like that, and I go like this. And I just massage it. Don't look at my hairline. This isn't necessarily baking. It kind of is. It's like a mini bake. Whatever's kind of left over, swirl that around, and just put that down. Close this, shake it, rub it. I take this and I get a lot on my beauty blender, and I just baked, and you can see I created a cheekbone. I always contour with bronzer. Yeah, this is like every day for me. And I go under my lip, and this kind of creates like a shadow. And then I go under my chin, I take it down into like my nose, but I start from here, create that shadow, I blend this out. Next, I do my blush, and I just swirl it around, okay? I get a lot on there too, because I like a lot. Tap it off, and just work on the edges, and I bring my blush up. Because I like a high cheekbone, I always make sure it's higher than lower, because you can go like this and work down here, but that'll bring your face down, make it appear older and longer. But if you work it up, you're kind of creating your own apples. I remember being on Pinterest. I didn't even know what an e-girl was. I just saw these like Tumblr girls who were like super cute, and they had like looked like they were sick, but it was like intentional. You can see they were wearing a lot of makeup, and I like fell in love with that. So I bit that, and now I do that. I just start packing it onto my nose, and I scrub it. I scrub my nose pretty much. I scrub it on the sides, I get under it, on the sides, bam. And what happens, it fades during the day. It doesn't look as pink, but I just work that into my face, and then I like to get a little bit on my lips. And then I take a little bit onto my eyelids, because I watched an episode of this that Tinashe did, and she puts it on her eyelids. And I'm like, oh, word. And then I take my bronzer and I swirl it around. And I focus on my outer area because it just looks better on me. This is very watery, like a very liquidy blush, and I would take it, the tiniest bit, and I just pat it on my nose. And right on top, you can also, what's great is you can put liquid blush on top of powder. I do my brows. I do like a little Spock, like a mini Spock brow. Just a little angly brush, and I start shaping it. I just flick that out. It's kind of like eyeliner to me. very fine angle brush. I used a cream eyeliner. With this, it just looks more natural. I would use my less finer brush, but this one just really creates like a fake hair moment. I'm trying to do it fast for you guys, but this takes me an hour and a half maybe sometimes, because I enjoy doing it. If I have time, I will take my time. And I'm also measuring where the ends drop down and meet. I want that to be generally straight. Then this is my favorite part. I take my powder, I shake it up, and then I put the powder over my brows. And I swear by this because I see girls with their brows and they'll do it and it'll be shiny and light will be reflecting off of their brows. It like deletes their brows. When you mattify them, it just looks more real. You get the color to come out. There is a brow there. Then I take my brush, I go under, over, and then I just start doing this little kind of beat. After I do brows, I do my mascara, which is fire. I always appreciated like Harajuku culture. They do this in Japan. They bring the blush up and they do it over the nose and they kind of put it in the center, and I always kind of wanted that cartoon-esque look. So this is Cover FX. It's like a cream highlight. I just put a little bit, and honestly I'm running out, so I just kind of have to scrape it off. And I put it on my nose, put it here, and it dries so fast, so you have to work really fast. I'll probably go over this with a little bit of the powder blush just to like match it back. So just a little bit, I pounce it on top. Take a little bit more. I kind of work it upward and I focus on the part that I want it to highlight, and then I'm gonna just blend this out too. I got a little bit of creasing here, and it should kind of look like that, a little bit of a glow. So I take a cotton pad and I put any makeup remover on it. Oh, splash splash. Just go over the inside of my lips. I try not to go too much on the outside because I put blush there to sort of blend that out. It looks a little bit because my lips are very red. I take this flat, dense brush and I blend that back in. I highlight my Cupid's bow as well. So I just put a little bit, and I do my chin as well. I do a little bit there and I really try to blend that because that can look crazy sometimes. You can bring the blush onto the top lip and just work that upward, and then maybe a little on the bottom, and it can kind of make you look like you had a popsicle or something. I do have a half done liner right now. This is the scary part. This is where everybody starts sweating, but I basically take this to make sure it's nice and wet, and I just kind of create an angle first. I like to create like a triangle, like a wing, suspend it and then connect it. Start bringing it in. And this just looks best with my eye shape. I make sure that everything is even. I measure and also pray to God. And I've been doing my wing since I was 13, probably. I love a blushy red look. I just take my blush and then I take it, I swirl it, and I work it into my creases. I just take this, work it, work it, work it. It just makes you look cold, like you're freezing cold. And I don't know what's so sexy about being freezing cold, but I like to look like I'm freezing cold. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I left my jacket. Can I borrow your jacket? Basically. Okay, so I have a lash line and it goes by Icy Wifey Cosmetics. It's like a spaced out sort of doll-like lash. I have a smaller eye, so I take this. I could lose like one of those spaces, so I cut that. And that should be okay, and then I measure it. I can maybe lose like one more. Get your glue. Fan it out. Let it dry, give it a moment, and I just place it. Some people use tweezers, whatevs, but I don't. and then I do the next eye. So then I take this, and I have 2 bottles of it because they're way too small. Okay, these are called Breck. So I take this and I shake it up. Make sure it gets on the brush. And I dot, and I love this stuff because like you dot it, and then you pick it up, and then you just boom. And it's so easy. And you just kind of put it down. Leave some of them darker than the others. Sometimes I do my forehead, so I can be like this. Boom, boom. So this is Icy Wifey Cosmetics Chromes. This is just a loose eyeshadow, and it looks like this, but then it goes on like this, and it kind of reflects a blue, but then also like a deep pink. Press that down.